I'm at the grandfather tree.
The grandfather tree?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting in my usual spot.
Mm-hmm.
I can feel like my butt and my feet are vibrating.
Mm. Beautiful. What else is happening?
There's like a UFO that just flew over.
Mm. What did that look like?
Like a typical saucer with like a little glass dome on top.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Who was it?
I don't know, it looked like a Muppet.
A Muppet? You could see?
Yeah, it looked like a Muppet. You know, one of those alien Muppets.
An alien Muppet?
Yeah, an alien Muppet. The ones that, do the yip, 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 yip.
Oh. What color was it?
It was a blue and purple.
Mm.
There's two of them in there.
Hmm. What else did you see? Do they have a message for you?
All I got really was don't be so serious.
Mm-hmm.
You're too serious. Too hard on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a big fucking deal.
Mm-hmm. What else?
Could hear the trees all behind me, everything. The whole field, like where the cats are and everything. They're speaking. I could hear the trees talking and the leaves.
What does that sound like?
Like chatter,
Hmm.
incoherent chatter. It's just energy moving. Even the wind going through is communication too.
Mm-hmm. Anything else happening around you?
No, it's just quiet. The village is quiet.
Really just quiet. Okay. Are we connected with your higher self now?
Yes.
Okay. Do we have permission to ask some questions?
Yes.
Okay. Karen wants to know why it feels like she gets hit by a truck the day after doing sessions.
She doesn't do aftercare after she should just like think about what like this is why we're showing her this. She needs to be extra grounded and have the earth work in her favor to release whatever is, that stays within the body.
Mm-hmm.
We gave her that meditation for a reason, the one that she does before the session. It's short
Mm-hmm.
enough and it removes everything she needs to keep her clear.
Yeah, she was just saying she should do that meditation after the session too. So if she does that, then she should be okay.
Yeah, she needs proper aftercare, like really take that time, like, you know, even if it means like getting off the phone with you for 10 minutes. She can do that for 10 minutes and then call you right back.
Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else she can do, or is that enough?
No, just to hydrate, which she's been doing. She's
Mm.
actually been doing really good with that, actually.
Really?
Yeah,
That's surprising.
yeah, it is. I'm surprised too. Even her coworkers are surprised too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, okay, so as long as she does a 10-minute clearing meditation after the sessions and
Before,
hydrate.
after, and hydrate. Before, after, hydrate.
Okay.
And to just trust that, you know, when she connects down to the earth, that it will release. She felt it yesterday when she did that meditation that Laura sent her.
Mm-hmm.
And she felt the instant release just through visualization of grounding, like hardcore grounding. She needs to really be in it.
Okay. Great.
So that she doesn't have that extra pressure in her head. Because it doesn't happen right away. It's just the buildup because the body just is in contraction, which is why she feels like that the next day. Because the pure information is coming in and her body naturally contracts because the light that's coming in. So it's tired. It's just working extra.
Mm-hmm.
So when she does the grounding, it'll be able to decontract the body to release, or at least to not hold the muscles so tight. And then after that, because that kind of pressure that the body's holding is also creating a sub type of energy post that, like, so it's like a side effect of the sessions. And therefore it builds, like the pressure rises up and builds into her head. That's why it happened 4 days after.
The pressure, because she doesn't release it, it rises through the body and gets stuck in her head.
Yeah, like the body's contracting, and just through that contraction itself is a side effect of what she's not releasing after session. So it creates its own energy. The body creates its own energy.
Mm-hmm.
And that rises to the head. And that's how she gets the intracranial pressure.
Okay. So as long as she does the meditation before and after sessions and hydrates, she should be fine.
Yeah, and she should do it the next day as well, just to make sure, like just to go do it before, you know, just to make sure. She really has to continue like the practice of grounding.
Mm-hmm. Okay. She also wants to know why she feels like she needs to be tapping her whole life.
This girl, she needs to like some compassion for herself.
Yeah.
She does. I mean, like she doesn't have experience here. So of course anything, like she stubs her toe, she's gonna tap it. Like she doesn't know how to be like this. It's all a learning experience. Everything that she's learned in this life and experienced is worth a tap. She's not used to being in a dense body. She doesn't get it. She doesn't understand how it's so hard. Everything she does, it's going to be a tap. She has to tap even like her births, like the births of her kids. You know, like starting a new job. She's learn, like meeting new people. Everything is so foreign to her.
And that's because she's from Sirius and not used to being in a human body.
No, this is it. Everything is trauma to her. It's coming like, light body into dense body, and then having to, what's it called? Navigate around her life, trying to deal with people, experiences, and things that she thought were going to be easy because of, the way that they had prepared her. But she probably has to be tapped from those things as well.
Yeah.
Like all her virtual reality. Yeah, all of it. Anything that's associated with being human and dense, it's traumatizing for her, and she doesn't understand it. She just wants it to stop, but this is what it is. She has to accept. She's not fully accepting it, or she thinks, obviously she thinks there's something wrong with her, but there's nothing wrong with her. She's doing pretty good.
Yeah.
She's still surviving. Like, she's good. She's just doing her best, and whatever that looks like, she just has to stop being so hard on herself. Just tap, like let her tap.
Yeah.
Everything is just, yeah, she just needs to tap it. Don't know how else to help her. It's just traumatizing for her. She probably has to tap the tap, like it's,
Yeah, we're talking about like tapping away trauma and emotions. Yeah. So,
yes. So her emotions, I mean, she's really only recently coming to terms with her emotions. Well, you've seen that evolution.
yeah.
She's all proud of herself because she could do it, like she's just like, she's like, look, I'm really being a human now, like that's how she thinks in her head.
Yeah, I know. She's
Yeah.
very, very proud
So
of herself for her progression and crying.
it's huge for her. These are really big things for her, like finally being able to be human and not have to hide herself. It's big for her. But I'm just, she's like a little puppy. You just gotta have to pet her and just let her just go, bravo, good job. You're doing it. Keep telling her that all the time. Like, what else do you want us to do, Karen? She's just lost in there. She's just trying to do her best and, really praying every morning that everything goes well.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's just, yeah, she genuinely thinks there's something wrong with her. Like, why is she not getting it,
Mm-hmm. Well, she wants to know if life gets easier.
Yeah, when she stops resisting, and she stops
Mhm.
praying that it's going to be a good day. She just has to allow it to be a good day. She's just got to believe that she has more than enough tools to get her way through. She has to cry. She could do it now. She doesn't have to go hide and do that. She could just be herself. She is past the point now where she doesn't care what people think of her, which is great. She's coming really into her full power of her gifts. And she's really changing the way that people are seeing that side of life now. So she's showing it. Like, she is giving them proof. And yeah, she's just trying to balance that magical part of everything, like, coming back home or back to Sirius and those gifts that she upholds. And then there's the other part of her where she's in that simulation of humanness, and she's so confused. Like she's looking for the cheat sheet to help her through. And she still feels that shame, like having to like come talk to you about it, because she's embarrassed, because she's like, I should know this, and we've talked about this, and why do I feel like I have to tap it again? And you know, she's just so so sensitive. Really, 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 really sensitive.
Well, that is that's a new concept for her, that sensitivity.
Yeah, it's funny, right? And yeah, there's a lot of back and forth again, you know, keep telling her to have compassion for herself, and it's all right. Like you're not perfect. No one's perfect here. And she's like, I know. And we're like, I don't think you do. And so she's trying to let go of these things, because, you know, for her, she only knows light. And I think, well, you've seen her. That's why she was so freaking naive before, you know, really hoping to see the good in everybody, trusting very blindly.
Yes.
And now she's in a place, where she questions everything, even herself, which is why she's stuck, you know. And you know, with that conversation you guys had yesterday, completely threw her for a loop. And she doesn't do well with those things, because she knows what her true intention is. I think it bothers her that it felt like you were questioning her, and then that made her question herself, because she's so scared to go back to unhealthy mechanisms, when she knows very well that it's okay. Like, you're not a bad person. It's just better to, you know, be able to go inward and ask yourself the hard questions, and it's fine. Like, you're not any less than or not loved, or, you know, she has like a lot of those thoughts going in, and a lot of fear. And for someone who comes straight from love and knows only love, it's difficult for her, because to know something like that, as pure as love, it's also scary for her too. I don't know if that makes sense. It's
What is scary?
to know love like that. Because it's so strong. She doesn't know how to hold it all in her body. It's a very difficult balancing act for her. You know what I mean?
Kind of. Yeah. Well, what advice can you give her on being able to do that more easily?
Just be it. There's nothing to be afraid of. When you hold that much love, you're not, you know, that illusion of loss of it. When you are it, you can't lose if you are that.
Right. Yeah.
And if that's what you throw out into the world, that is what your reality is.
Yeah. Well, she is so hard on herself, and you know, but for me, it's about holding each other accountable and doing those check-ins because I want to make sure that we're always, you know, coming from the right place and our intentions are pure. And we need to be able to hold each other accountable. It has nothing to do with, it's just how humans function, you know?
She doesn't know that. She doesn't know that. Like, it's easy for you because you know you have human experience. She really doesn't get it. It's very difficult for her to grasp human concepts. She doesn't get it. Like, she's trying so hard to learn. That's why she's so hard on herself, because she's like, it seems easy for everybody else, but for me, I feel like I'm retarded. Like, I'm mentally retarded and it's not sticking. So what's wrong with me that I can't get such a simple concept? It's not, doesn't make sense to me. That's how she feels. She doesn't know what to do. She's so lost. Like, human, she doesn't get it.
Yeah, I
I think
know.
that's just the funniest thing. Like, I mean, for us to watch, because we're just like, well, it's her, that's her. She chose to come here. So, yeah, we're just trying to help her, like, just really trying to simplify it for her. Like, it's okay. It's okay if you don't get it. It's okay. It's
Yeah.
okay. Like, really, it's not, doesn't mean that you're not passing because you don't understand or you don't get it, or it's not sticking. Like, maybe it'll stick one day. Like, you just have to be patient. Like, you're really just coming into this humanness now, really, like the last 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
It's, like, she's very impatient. If anything human about her, she's very impatient.
yes, and very hard on herself. And so that explains why she's hard on herself, right?
Yeah, she don't get it.
She just don't get
She
it.
don't get it.
um, and so what can she do this year to keep herself more stable and grounded?
Just hold that blind trust in knowing that she's doing the very best and she's supported and loved. I mean, you're there as a guide for her here. You're her earth guide. You're her earth guide.
Yeah.
And she is one of your galactic guides. Like, you guys are both guides for each other.
And
You
not be
just
so
have to,
serious.
no, don't be so
Why,
serious.
why so serious?
Why so serious? No, serious. Like, she really has to, if she's the first one to make the jokes, she should just relax.
Yeah.
Especially about herself. She needs to relax. She
I
thought she could
agree.
be not serious. That's why we both chose the llama shirt. So she wanted to show that she was not so serious. And I was like, great pick, like, she's quirky like that. And she's trying. It's not obvious for her. We always say it's so obvious. It's really not obvious for her. And she gets humans on a level, like, of understanding. She gets them. She understands it, but to apply it to herself, some time. A little bit of time. Like, we're trying to give her, like, the manual, and not to overthink it. She's just has to be herself, pure love, be happy, have some compassion for herself, ground, drink your water, and talk to you about it. Like, she really she'd really resist that sometimes to talk to you about things like that because she doesn't want to sound dumb. But she really doesn't get it.
Well, that's ridiculous because she can talk to me about anything and she knows that.
I know, but it's just how to bring that up because she's just like, how do you start from scratch and ask like, how do you be human? Like it's really hard for her to ask that. It's very, very difficult for her because it's like starting over again. She feels like it's just, you know.
I know, which is crazy because that's how she feels every single time something comes up. Every time there's some kind of issue, it's like she gets so like, oh my God, this is the end of the world. Why is this happening again? Like the walls are falling in when it's
Yeah. No, she doesn't. It's because it boggles her mind. Like she's just, I mean, you're the best reference to her for humanness, and she's just like, how does she do it? How does she know? Like it's so easy for her, and I can't figure it out.
Yeah, well, because I've been on Earth for eons, zillion years. Like, that's why.
And that's not clicking for her. Again, she's just always like, it's so easy for her, and I don't know why I'm just not up to par.
Yeah. Well, she needs to stop feeling like she's not up to par. I've been a human for a zillion years, so. And I asked her to come. So it's kind of partly my responsibility.
Well, not really.
I really feel like
If you told her to go be on Blob Planet, she would have gone to Blob Planet for you. Like it's.
I really
If
feel
she
like we're
chose.
like Mork and Mindy.
That is exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. It's crazy. Like we're just watching and we can't help but laugh. Like we put her on the big screen sometimes and it's like, you're like, guys, you got to listen to what she's thinking. And yeah, just the conversation she has by herself. It's incredible. It's fun to watch. It's just like, it's awful because we're talking about it and she's actually in the background like, what are you doing? Like, what? Super, like, shocked, but not.
So did we answer that? Why? What does she need to do to be more stable and grounded? Did we answer
Yeah,
that?
just to do the meditations, the two meditations before, after, a lot of water, and to do the meditations at least like once a day. When she remembers to do it, she should do it at least once a day.
I think she meant more like to feel not so like everything was the end of the world and there's something wrong with her.
Oh, what should she do for that?
Yeah.
Well, she knows her own love language. She can like leave herself post-its of words of affirmation everywhere.
Oh my God, you're hilarious today.
They're gonna put that in her locker at work and in the bathroom mirror or something.
Uh-huh. Post-its, okay.
Post-its and
And what should our post-it say? There's nothing wrong with you?
just nothing wrong with you. Don't be mad, be glad.
Oh God.
Yeah. You're an alien. It's okay. More compassion. You're doing your best.
And who are we speaking to right now?
Higher self.
Are you like a team of people, or are you just one?
I feel like just the one.
Okay. All right.
The one in Mighty Oz. I don't know how well I'm doing for her. It's hard to get through that wall.
Yeah.
Trying to be human, but she certainly has a human wall.
Yeah.
She
She's
has all
doing
the things
great.
that she shouldn't have, though,
Things she shouldn't have, like what?
like the wall.
Like the wall. Yeah.
Yeah, like she's not protecting herself as much as she used to be, but I mean, considering she's doing really well progress wise, allowing herself to be more vulnerable and open, speaking her truth, and not being afraid to do so. She is doing really well in breaking from the codependence. She doesn't give herself credit for that. Like, she feels like she goes 10 steps back just because of that conversation yesterday, but she's not anywhere close to what she was, that's for sure. And she does feel safe to tell you, if there's anything. So I know that's not a problem for her to say something.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, she absolutely loves this work. That I know for sure. That's all she talks about.
Okay.
It's a good sign.
Yeah, it's great.
That's great. She could connect real easy, so she's just like, she knows that it's good.
Yeah. So is there anything you can tell her about her like mediumistic and channeling abilities that she's kind of just finding out about?
Mm, I don't know what I could tell her about it that she doesn't already know. I don't
Maybe
know.
to trust it.
She does trust it.
She does.
Absolutely. Yeah, she's so in it.
Okay. Great.
She's in it, and she's just wanting to do well. I think that's just her concern, is like consistently well, if anything.
Mm-hmm.
She sets a high standard for herself. She just wants to do well.
Yeah, I know her ego was a little hurt the other day with that situation from the last round of sessions.
Oh, yeah.
What
Yeah.
can you tell her about that?
Hey, it's all a learning curve, right?
Yeah.
She knows in herself that she did not compromise any of those sessions. She
Yeah.
actually was not even in the way at all. Like, she's so good at knowing what she needs to do, where she needs to be
Mm-hmm.
in the whole process. She's not even there. And because she, again, believes so much in this work and wants to give the best, because she knows she can. And yeah, she just needs to understand that commentary like that has nothing to do with her, because she's not doing anything wrong. She gave
Right.
what she gave because that's what she saw. That's what the message she received. And she relayed it. She didn't interpret it. She relayed it.
Right.
And she has to understand from the perspective of the receiver that it has nothing to do with her. And whether or not they question the integrity of her, she has to stand in the integrity of herself and not be bothered by that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So before we go, are there any further messages you would like to share with her?
My sweet human. We're just grateful she has a sense of humor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, she'll just have to be more aware in the future. And like you told her yesterday, just the more she's aware, whether it clicks or not, it's just it's just maybe a slow go. That's what it feels like for her, but it's okay. Doesn't make her any less than. She's just learning. It's all learning. She's going
We're
to be
all
learning all the way
learning.
to the end.
Yeah,
Hmm.
we're all learning.
Whether or not it clicks, it's okay if it doesn't click, you know?
It eventually does.
I like
Eventually
your
does.
optimism. Yeah, at least someone's optimistic. Yeah, it'll click.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks so much for speaking with us today. It's always a pleasure to talk to you.
You too.
So, okay, I'm going to stop this recording. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, namaste.
Namaste.